Alright, this warm-up is going to be about finding the variable in a log expression. You see this little hint down here at the bottom that the key is going to be changing the expression to that other form. So you're given the problems in log form, but you're going to want to rewrite them in exponent form. Looking at number 1, I recommend that you always start with the base. So for this problem, the base is w, and you can just bring that straight down. And then basically these two are going to switch places. So it's going to be w to the negative 5 power is equal to 7,776. Alright, this big old number, let's see if it's on the exponent chart. So there it is. So this is 6 to the 5th power. So that means w to the negative 5 power is equal to 6 to the 5th power. Alright, so we're trying to get w by itself. Now it's been a while since we did this, but maybe you will recall it's all about the reciprocal exponent to get rid of this. So the reciprocal of negative 5 is negative 1/5. Alright, so if I do the negative 1/5 power on both sides, alright, on this side the reciprocal cancels out that exponent. So I'm going to be left just with w by itself. Now on this side, just so happens that this is going to be 6 to the negative 1 power. Okay, you know this 5 is basically like 5 over 1. So if you multiply these together, you get negative 5 over 5, you know, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and that's negative 1. So that's where I got this negative 1 from. So of course that means we have w equals 1 over 6, 1/6. And that's it. Okay. Alright, take a look at number 2. Alright, once again, this ugly fraction is the base. So let's start with bringing that down. So that means starting with the base of 1 over 4,096. Okay, and then basically these two things are going to switch places. So if I've got this base, and this is going to be to the negative 5/6 power, and that's going to equal n. Okay, so all I have to do is evaluate this. Now the easiest way to evaluate a fraction to a negative power is to do the reciprocal. Alright, so the reciprocal of 1 over 4,096 is just 4,096. So this is the same thing as 4,096 to the positive 5/6 power. Okay, the variable is already by itself, so all I have to do is evaluate this. Okay. Now, remember that when you have a fractional power like this, what you're really looking at is power over root. Okay, so I could rewrite this in radical form. Focus on the 6th root. That denominator is the root. So that would make the 6th root of 4,096, and then I've got the 5th power. Alright, 6th root, 5th power. Now the 6th root of 4,096 is 4. Okay, so that means in here I've just got 4 to the 5th power. So 4 to the 5th power. Now 4 to the 5th power is 1024. And that's the final answer. Okay, and that just leaves number 3. Okay, well, the variable is already by itself, but you know what you do is still, whenever we're evaluating something like this, we ask ourselves the question. We start with the base and we say, that base, okay, to what power will give us this other number, okay? Now we see that we're going from a bigger number to a smaller number. So this must be some fractional power. Basically, it must be some kind of a root. Square root, cube root, fourth root, fifth root, sixth root. So let's find this number on a chart and see what root it is. We might as well start with a base of 7. Okay, so was that 16,807? Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about the 5th root. So the 5th root of 16,807 is 7. Okay, so in other words, if it's going to take the 5th root to turn this into this, the 5th root, okay, I'll just put this off to the side. Just remember that the 5th root is the same thing as the 1/5 power. Okay, so that means that this exponent must be 1/5. Okay, because it takes the 5th root to change this into a 7, and that's the same thing as the 1/5 power. Okay, I guess I should say equals 7. So that's it. That's it for the warm-up.